Or you think you were having heat exhaustion?
Now at 6, our first look at raw footage of a deputy collapsing in what the sheriff said was a fentanyl overdose. What we're learning this morning.
The FDA greenlights booster shots for the COVID vaccine, but only for certain people. Plus, natural antibodies versus vaccines. We're going to verify why getting the shot is more reliable than recovering from the virus. And millions of dollars going back to local restaurants, why the county is refunding permit fees.
In February, I start my classes and the students, wow, you are really her.
The local professor going viral after debunking misinformation on TikTok. You're up with News 8.
Yeah.
We expect this of you, Evan, in just a second, so start preparing your moves.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for getting up with us. I'm Stella Escobedo.
And I am Carrie Lane. It's Friday. People are excited for the weekend, Evan, so I hope you have the perfect forecast for us.
It looks pretty nice. We were just commenting on how nice it looked. I just like the jive.
Yep, where's the dance moves?
Well, that's all they get. It's a little preview. Exactly. Yeah, very subtle. 6:01 on our Friday morning. A happy Friday to you. The view outside looks great. A little bit of haze out there along the coastline. We've actually seen some of the clouds that built over the ocean start to travel toward the coast, which means we have a slight, very shallow marine layer in action this morning. In general, though, this afternoon is going to be beautiful. Sunshine across the board. Humidity values continuing to drop down. 83 degrees along the coast. Inland, we're looking at upper 80s and low 90s. Your weekend follows suit. Very similar pattern out there. Upper 70s and low 80s along the coast. Early morning marine layer still going to be present, but mostly sunny by the afternoon. In just a bit, we'll talk about the change between Saturday and Sunday, though, where we could start to see humidity values rise into Sunday. Chance for some thunderstorms over the mountains and deserts. All in just a few minutes. Jenny, though, checking in on traffic.
Well, traffic-wise, overall it's not bad. Volume is light, travel times are okay, but we've got two crashes over to the south, both impacting your southbound 5 drive. So we've got one at H Street, blocking the slow lane. Crews are on the scene there, but no big backups. 5 heading southbound right before 8th Street. This one has 2 lanes blocked. Currently, I don't see any big delays, but I will monitor that for you. And then finally here on the 805 southbound at the exit to the 15, right-hand shoulder's blocked with the stalled out car.
This morning, we are getting a new look at the events leading up to a deputy collapsing after handling fentanyl. The Sheriff's Department just released the full unedited video.
The department used part of that video to make a PSA, which has drawn criticism. News 8's Chris Groh is live outside Sheriff's headquarters in Kearney Mesa with a closer look. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, and also released along with the unedited video is the fact that we now know that the blood test was not performed on the deputy, so we don't truly know if he had fentanyl in his system. But again, what the video does show us is step by step what exactly happened that day in question. Take a look.
Don't get poked with the needle, okay?
And it starts with Deputy Five Eyes searching a red Jeep and the contents inside. But about 40 minutes into the video, the deputy does find a white powder, which turns out to be fentanyl. Now, the deputy tests the powder on a blue machine, and it is a match for the powerful drug. So we do know it was fentanyl that he handled. But then the deputy, no longer wearing gloves, puts several plastic bags into a larger one, and that's when he suddenly collapses. That's that dramatic moment that was a part of that PSA that caught a lot of people off guard, shocked a lot of people. Now, his partner then administers Narcan, and he's taken to the hospital by an ambulance. Now, at one point in the video, a medic shines a flashlight into the deputy's eyes and says that his eyes are not pinpointed. Now, why is that important? Well, pinpointed eyes can be a sign for an overdose. Now, some other very key details that we learned is that his partner does reveal that the deputy has a pre-existing condition. He has tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. Not clear if that would medically have any type of a relation to the deputy passing out. But we also know that it was very hot that day, which also could lead to that. But a lot of people have pointed out, especially medical experts, that it could have been potentially a panic attack. Now, of course, the key thing here is we do not know if he did indeed have fentanyl into his system because the blood test was not performed. You can watch the entire video unedited up on our website at cbs8.com. Just click on the story link. Stella and Carrie.
Chris, thank you. New this morning, the FDA has authorized a COVID-19 booster shot for people with weakened immune systems. This is an effort to provide better protection against the virus. This impacts millions of vaccinated Americans who received 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. A CDC vaccine advisory committee is expected to meet today to consider the extra shots for certain groups. If approved, 3rd shots could begin immediately. However, U.S. officials are still not recommending booster shots for the general public just yet. Today marks the deadline for employees of the city of San Diego to submit proof of their vaccination status. All employees must fill out the report whether or not they are fully vaccinated. Those who are must provide a copy of their vaccine card. Employees who are not vaccinated must continue to wear a mask while indoors or in shared spaces.
Some financial relief for local restaurants this morning as the county agrees to pay $4.5 million in refunds for permit fees. A class action lawsuit was filed after businesses had to pay permit fees even though they were ordered to close during lockdowns.
Consequently, we've been able to work out an agreement with San Diego County that they're going to refund 50%, that's 50 cents of every dollar that the restaurant owners spent on their permit fees. And they're going to refund it to them in the way of credits or cash, and they're also going to give restaurant owners more time to pay their future permit fee.
The refund period extends from the start of the pandemic to June 15th of this year. Refunds and credits could be issued within the next 60 days. Parents, keep an eye on your bank accounts. The second round of child tax credit payments are on the way this morning. Payments are going out early since the 15th falls on the weekend. This is part of the $2 trillion COVID stimulus bill that passed earlier this year. The payments will continue through December.
The former owner of KFMB stations, Elizabeth Kimmel, has agreed to plead guilty to a felony count in the college admissions scandal. She plans to officially make that plea in a hearing on Monday. In exchange, Kimmel is expected to receive a 6-week prison term. She also agreed to pay a $250,000 fine and perform 500 hours of community service. Kimmel is accused of paying more than $500,000 to get her 2 children into elite universities as fake athletic recruits. Today marks 1 month since the Dixie Fire started tearing across Northern California. Look at the damage. It has destroyed more than 500 homes. The fire has now burned more than 515,000 acres. It's only 31% contained. Strong winds, hot temperatures are complicating the firefight. The Dixie Fire is the largest single wildfire in California history. Is there any relief in sight, Evan?
Not particularly. I mean, we still have watches, warnings, advisories related to excessive heat and fire weather. Fire weather usually incorporating then that low relative humidity value, meaning it's very, very dry out there, no chance of precipitation. So weather conditions are not favoring the firefighters out there. Here locally, we still have high fire danger. Really, that tends to be a year-round occurrence for us. But the good news is on hand that we have that marine layer kind of interacting with us, keeping temperatures a little bit cooler along the coastline down toward the South Bay. Humidity values are a little higher thanks to that marine layer. We've got less than a mile of visibility down toward Brown Field. Imperial Beach and North Island are both at 6 miles. So a little bit of trouble in terms of visibility, but it can help keep things pretty calm out there to start off the morning. Going into the afternoon, we've got plenty of sunshine in the mix. Here's the view outside. You see how we're starting to see some of that haze burn off just a bit. Drier and warmer weather through the weekend with a shallow marine layer expected. That shallow marine layer will continue to build into your Sunday and Monday, and those are the days that we're watching out for higher humidities and the chance for thunderstorms over your mountains and your deserts. That's mainly thanks to monsoonal moisture. And again, mountains and deserts are prioritized there. There's a chance that maybe a few stray showers could bleed into your inland valleys or maybe your coastal communities. However, it doesn't look like it'll be quite as dramatic. In fact, the likelihood is that it will be not even close to what we saw a couple days ago with that 1/4 of an inch nearly in downtown San Diego. Almanac for the day bringing us to about 81 degrees. That's the forecast high. Average is 77, keeping us about 4 degrees above average for your Friday afternoon.